Hey everyone, how are you doing? Good. Everybody's still quiet. Well, no worries. This is very brief, like a taster day to feel out how it would be if you would be a student at RBS. There is also live happening, so hello to everyone on live as well. Hello to all of you here as well. And yeah, basically, I'm going to talk a bit how the day is going to look like. It's going to be short, but the first part will be with some lecturers here coming up on the stage. Then it's going to be a small break for a couple of minutes. And after that, I'm going to explain a bit about our university, about bachelor programs, and a bit of student life. That's gonna be it for those who are watching us live in Facebook as well. But those who are here will be able to attend the second part of the event. What is speed dating? No worries. We're not gonna make a new couples here. You're not gonna date like in a real life, but you will have an opportunity to talk with our students, with student union, with sports club, with our staff members as well, to ask some more questions as well, what you have. Sounds good? Yeah. Great. So let's give it applause as well. Yeah. Okay, but we have our first lecture coming up. Our first lecturer is Justin. He is our accounting professor, was a former Big Four audit firm partner, and has lived in the region since 1996, including Hungary, Ukraine, Georgia, and here in Latvia he has lived from 2013. Pretty cool, right? So welcome to stage, Justin.
All right, give me a second while I break the technology.
So let's go. This?
Make it full scale. There we go. Okay. But before I do this, let me give so I'm an instructor here where I teach accounting and a couple other things. But my name is Justin. I want to ask you a question, the same thing I ask all students first day of my accounting class, because you will take probably the first class on Monday morning. If you come here, you're going to take my 9 o'clock accounting class, yeah? Or maybe 11. If it's not me, it's math, okay? So why do you come to university? That's a question. Who wants to speak? Why do we go to university? You're thinking about going to university, that's why you're here, right? Yeah? But why do you go to university instead of technicums and learn how to fix a car or be a frizitava or a nagu expert, yeah? Why? Have you thought about it? You look disgusted.
Not really.
Give me an answer. Why do we go to university?
Well, that might give us an edge later in the career. Or
Okay, might give us an edge. Why do we go to university?
I'm looking into university because I want to get skills to put in practice.
Okay, and this is a business university, yeah? So, what do you do in university? I'll be quick and then I'm going to get into my topic. What do you do in university? Study. Okay, I thought you were going to say party and, okay, that's what you do outside. Okay, the reason we go to university, at least the traditional method, has been to learn how to think. Yeah? That's the main reason why we go to university, is to learn how to think. What is thinking? Well, at a business school, what do we think about? Business. Okay, you can think about business. You can think about chemistry. You can think about arts. You can think about music, right? They're all about how to think. So the main job, your job as students, is to learn how to think. Business school is just what we think about, right? It's just what we think about. But you're still learning the main things, the tools you need to learn how to think. Now, you may have gone to high school and you think you know how to think, right? Well, in university, we think about thinking. Okay, you think about thinking, and you can think about business, chemistry, architecture, music, and you can think about those things. And so the most important thing is you're coming here because you're interested in a business school, or you want to learn what a business school is about. Okay, if you love chemistry, if you love architecture, this may not be the right place for you. Or it may be, because if you want to start your own architecture firm, you're going to have a business. You're going to need to know how to run it, right? If you want to, I don't know about starting your own chemical firm, but if you want to be a musician, Dawn's, for example, a friend of mine, you're going to need to know how to run a business. You're going to have to deal with agents. You're going to have to deal with promoters. You're going to have to deal with, so you need to know business to be more, because music is a business, right? Okay, so business, this school is about business. So I'm done with my little 5-minute speech that I give on the first day. You'll hear me tell it to you again when you come here. Yeah? But in a different way. Okay, what are we going to talk about today? Exactly. Okay, we're going to talk about ice cream and accounting. Okay, so I'm supposed to give you a little taste, and just give me an ear tug or a timeout when my time's up, Marta. Yeah? Or, Marta, when I'm like 5 minutes before done, can you tell me to shut up? How do you say be quiet? When I'm like 5 minutes before my time, you'll tell me to "Ais vet mute," yeah? Okay. No, es runa slikte, es at nice. Okay, so we're also gonna think, we're gonna learn how to think, we're gonna learn to think about business, and we're gonna do it in English, right? So you will improve, your English skills will increase dramatically in the 3 years you're here, much faster than my Latvian has improved in 20 some odd years. Yeah? Okay, accounting. What is accounting? Okay, accounting is the language of business. All business decisions are based on accounting. Well, maybe not all, but all business reporting, most business decisions are based on accounting. Accounting is the second oldest profession in the world. It's about 500 years old, okay? And it was basically counting money. But what is accounting? Well, any business has 4 main accounts. Have you guys heard of the term assets? Do you know what an asset is? What's one example of an asset? You're a student, so it's something that probably is not in your pocket. What's an asset? Oh, okay, that's a bigger definition. But an asset is nauda, yeah? An asset is something you use in your business potentially to make money, right? That's an asset. If I buy a building and rent it to people, is that an asset? Yeah, because it brings me cash, right? So that's an asset. If I buy a machine, is that an asset? If I use it in my business, right? So we've got cash, we've got buildings, we've got machines. Yeah? Okay, I'm Remy. I have a bunch of vegetables. Are those assets to Remy? Yes, it's called inventory. They sell those assets, right? So number 1 rule in business, buy low, sell high, right? So you can buy the same cabbage at Sky for twice as much, or you can go to Remy. Okay, but those are assets. So cash is an asset, buildings are assets, machines are assets, inventory are assets. Those are things we use to make other things or to sell. Okay, then the other big thing we have in business are called liabilities. You know what a liability is? Okay, tell me what a liability is.
That's something that takes money out of your pocket.
Okay, in its simplest form, it's an obligation, right? So if you borrow money from the bank to buy a house. You bought a house, that's an asset, right? But you used the liability to get it, right? So a loan, that's the biggest example of a liability. Okay? And then we have what's called revenue. What is revenue? Somebody take a guess. Or should I just point? What's revenue? Have you heard that term? No. Okay. Who's heard the term revenue? Yeah, it's the money. It's the gross amount of money you get, right? So revenue is, let's call it sales. Sales euros, yeah? That's revenue. Okay. And then we have these things called expenses. So what's an example of expense? Remy, they have people. Do they need to pay them money? Yeah, so salaries is an example of expenses. Okay? Does Remy need to pay taxes? Probably, if they make a profit. Those are expenses. These are in their simplest form. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to work together or by yourself. We're going to do a little mental exercise. Okay? Using some of these categories and other ones. So remember, an asset is something that brings you benefits, ultimately, hopefully, resulting in cash, right? Liabilities are things that are their obligations, usually to spend cash. Okay? But you use liabilities to get assets. So they're not necessarily a bad thing. You borrow money to buy a house where family could live. That's a good thing, right? Revenue, that's the money you make from sales. Expenses, that gets deducted from revenue. Okay, so revenue minus expenses equals profit. That's what we want. You like my handwriting? Okay. Revenue minus expenses equals profit. Profit is what we get paid as a business owner, right? The revenue is just the gross amount of cash we get. The expenses are what we have to pay to make a profit, and that's our share. So let's take a simple example. How much does a Pole's ice cream bar cost? Is that the cost or the price? That's the price, right? But you're a business, yeah? So you have costs to make that ice cream bar. Now let's see if I can use this. Keep the ice cream picture in your mind, right? So how much does it cost to make an ice cream bar? All right, it's a little too early in the year, but in June we'll want one of these, right? Right now, maybe not. Swipe it. Uburai. Go away. Okay. I broke it. I'll just use this board, yeah? Technology. I'm very good at breaking things. We'll use the magic screen. Okay, the whiteboard. You'll see this a lot, yeah? In your classes. Do fingers work today? Yes. Okay. So let's pick a nice color. I'll pick red so you can see it. So how much, you're a business. You want to make ice cream. What's the first thing you need?
Idea.
Okay, you have an idea. That costs you nothing, right? Unless you hired a designer to design you a fancy logo, a pretty picture like I showed you, yeah? I used that one because it wasn't copyrighted. It was free, okay? But what else do you need to make ice cream? Let's think about it.
Money.
Okay, you need money. So, yeah, that's a more advanced class because we'll get into how to raise money because you could sell shares or borrow money, right? So you borrow money. Okay. So you borrow, how much does it cost to build a plant that makes ice cream? We don't know. Let's total it up. You borrow money. So you have a liability, right? Then you have to buy some assets. What assets do we need to make ice cream? Okay, so we need ice cream machines, the mixers for the crayons, yeah? That mix it all up. Do we need a refrigerator to freeze it? So we need a freezing machine as well. Do we need a building to put the machine in? Now, we don't necessarily need to buy the machine. We could lease it, okay, but that's a separate thing. So we need a building. Okay, an ice cream machine, a commercial ice cream machine is about 500,000 bucks. Depends, could be millions. How much is a freezer? Let's just make it another 500,000, and I'm putting a K because that's some sort of symbol for kilos or something. A building, maybe you're going to spend $1 million on the building. You might spend 10 million on the building. What else do we need? Products, okay. So we don't buy ice cream and just change well, we could buy ice cream from someone else, like Lidl. We could buy Lithuanian ice cream and put a Latvian label on it and sell it to you, right? But we're going to make ice cream. So we need raw materials or inventory, don't we? So what do we need as raw materials, first of all? Milk. We use milk, or are we good quality and do we use crayons? Piens? All right, we got to buy some piens. Oh, I drew on the board. Forgive me. It's still red. Okay. Piens, yeah. That's why I use my finger, because I get the pencil confused. So we got to buy, now we're a factory, so we got to buy a big truck of milk, right? How much does a big truck of milk cost? 10,000 maybe? What else do we need? Think of that ice cream bar. What did it have on it? We got to buy sticks. So we got to buy sticks. That's like 1,000, yeah? What else do we got to buy? We got to buy some chocolate, okay? Packaging. Oh, I'm running out of space. So let's say cocoa costs us, well, that's going to cost more than the milk, right? Let's say it's 20K. Packaging. So you got to buy wrappers. And you have different flavors, right? You got plumbeers, you got chocolate, you got, what's that strawberry called? Zemanis, yeah? Those are the 3 big ones, yeah? Okay, so you got packaging. That's 10,000. Do you just buy one wrapper? No. Okay, so let's just total it up. How much did this ice cream bar cost us so far? We haven't even made one yet. And how much does it cost us? There's 500 times 2. That's $1 million. Or that's 100. Yeah, is 500,000 plus 500,000 $1 million? Okay, you guys think faster than my students. Okay, so 500,000 plus 500,000 is $1 million. We spent $1 million on the building. We're at 2 million. Then so we're at 2,010,000, 2,030,000, 2,030,000 and €1, and we haven't even made an ice cream bar yet. Oh, 2,011,000 euros. 2 million. Total that up. Help me out. 41. Okay, so we got 2,041. Okay, this is a test for you. 1 million, 2 million, 10, 20, that's 30, right? That's 40, and 1, yeah? Great. Okay, so you have to think about that in accounting. We have to have our number. Basic arithmetic is a tool you'll use. Nothing in accounting is really harder than solving for X, okay? Except reading at 2 in the morning. Okay, so but you won't have to do that if you're good students. So we're at 2,040,000. So how much, 41,000, how much did the ice cream bar cost me? Have I made one yet? What else do I need? What other costs do I need? Do I have to pay people's salaries to work in the factory? Okay, so the salaries for the first batch, let's say, is 5,000. So now we're at 2,046,000. Yeah? What else? Oh, okay, we got promo. We got to do advertising because nobody knows who our ice cream is, right? I have no idea how much that costs. Let's say 10,000. Okay, distribution. We have to get our product to the stores, yeah? And we have to find stores that'll take our product. But if we haven't made our product, they can't try it. So will they buy it? Probably not. So we're going to have to make some and give it away for free in order to get people to try it. Okay, so we got distribution. Let's say that's 10K. Salaries, 5. Promo, distribution. Those are expenses, right? So we differentiate between assets and certain expenses. Salaries are expense. Some of it you can add to the price of the product, some of it not. But if we add all this together, that's the cost of the ice cream. Now, how do we get our money back? We sell it. Revenue, right? So, real simple equation. You're thinking of starting an ice cream business or a Zalas Plava or something, right? 2 million, 2 million 10, 2 million 20, 2 million 30, 2 million 40, 2 million 50, 1, 2 million 56. Is that where we're at? 2,066,000. Thank you. See, you're better accountants than me already, right? Okay, so we're at 2, and we didn't add electricity, did we? And we didn't add water. And we didn't add, what else? Central heat or gas. We didn't add a lot of things. But we're already at 2 million. Tell me, am I doing it right? Am I putting the zeros in the right place? What am I doing wrong? 2 zeros. Okay. 2 million. Okay, now do I put a 6 there? Okay, so I put another 0. Okay. And one more 0. And then a 66. Okay. So I have invested 2,066,000. That's called a cost. Right? A cost is not necessarily bad, it's an investment, right? So let's just say you had money, so you just used money out of your pocket, your dzeram now, yeah? You got 2 million lying around, yeah? So how much does an ice cream bar cost us? What's the answer? You can guess. Okay, what does the first one cost us? Exactly. The first ice cream bar costs us 2,066,000. And if we don't sell it, and if we don't ever sell it, we just spent 2,066,000 and we have a bunch of junk that we have to sell that nobody wants. Okay? So then what do we do with this information? You figured out an ice cream bar to make a batch of, let's say, 1,000 ice cream bars. So then how much did those, what's 2,060,000? I don't want to, let's just eliminate the 66 and call it 2 million, right? Can we all agree that 2,066,000 to minus 66 is 2 million? And if you had 2,066,000, do you care about the 66? No, you care about the 2 million. So we make 1,000 ice cream bars. How much did each ice cream bar cost us? What's 2 million divided by 1,000? Make it 10,000. That's more reasonable. 2 million divided by 10,000. Come on, you guys are all good at math. 200 for each one. 200,000 or 200? Yeah, okay. 200. Okay, 200. So is that still too expensive? Okay, so what do we need to do? Reduce the price or sell more? Okay, when you say reduce the price, that's a pricing strategy, right? That's different. We need to make more and we need to sell them, right? So the answer to this question is there a fixed answer to this question? Or is the answer, it depends? It depends on how much we sell, right? And how many years or months we can spread. The more we make, the less it costs, right? So what you'll learn about in this management, accounting, and control class is machines don't last forever, do they? So they only last maybe 5 years or for 100 or a million ice cream bars, and then you got to buy a new one. So you have to plan that obsolescence. And when you use these assets, those are additional expenses. So an ice cream bar costs 2,066,000, let's call it 2 million euros. That's just a fact. Okay? And if you sell 100,000, then it's 200. If you sell 1 million, how much does it cost? 2, right? Okay. Do you want to pay $2, €2 for an ice cream bar? No. How much do you want to pay? €1. Okay. So then we need to make 2 million of these things, right? Okay, so we make and we sell 2 million ice cream bars. Have you, the owner, made any money? Your expenses, now, technically, you may have made money, and we'll get into this next semester, because even though you made 2 million ice cream bars, this machine might last for 10,000, right? So what we do in accounting is you expense the buildings over the time you use it. You expense the machines over the time you use it. So technically, you could have made a profit, but you haven't been able to cover your costs. So in accounting, you've got to know these terms very well. You've got to know there's a difference between revenue and expenses and profit. Okay? In this case, we did make, I would have to have 3 boards to write it all out for you, but obviously the materials are part of the ice cream bars' direct costs. These are what's called indirect costs, and we allocate them. So we probably made a pretty good profit, and you could take some money home. Yeah? You could take some money home. The other thing you need to be concerned about, last point, how long will it take? Can we estimate the time it will take to get our money back? How? How could we estimate the time?
Well, we could know how many ice creams we sell,
Okay.
what price we sell them.
At what price, right? If you sell them at 50 cents, you'll sell more, right? Probably. Or people will think you're cheap junk and they won't eat it, right? Okay? If you sell it or 2 and brand it something else, you might sell more. Okay? So we can estimate the time, but it's based on how much we sell. And if we just started the business, do we have that information? No. So where could we get that information from? Maybe. Or we could do a little bit of espionage on our competitors, right? We could figure out how much PN's Union, Milk Union, or whatever they're called, CEDO. You could do a little. So there's a lot involved in business. A lot of estimates, a lot of espionage. Let's not call it espionage. Let's call it market intelligence. Yeah? Okay? But there we have it. That's my mini lecture. Did you learn anything? Just say yes. Make me feel good. Thank you very much. All right. Oh, I can just do that. So, are you thinking about making ice cream now? No. We can make beer. Next year, should I use beer instead?
Yeah.
It's much more complicated. Rauchs, Iersels.
Thank you, Justin. That was amazing. I hope you actually learned something cool. I loved it. I don't know how about you? It was good? Yeah. Great. But now there is a next speaker coming up on the stage, Carlis. He is RBS Bachelor Program Lead and a lecturer in business topics. He has worked in IT management for many years, both in Australia and also here in Baltics. And he came to Latvia for 1 year, but now he has been here for 20 years already. Pretty cool, right? So let's welcome Carlos to the stage as well.
So we change from American now to Australian accent. Okay, can still understand? Yeah. Let me know if you can't, because the intonation is a little bit different, isn't it, Justin? And
spelling sometimes too.
Yeah. So lovely to see you today here at Riga Business School. I think we take a lot of pride in making these events for you to come and feel what it's like to be here and to meet and greet with us. Justin's a very good colleague of mine, and he's helped me a lot in the last few years. since I've been involved in Riga Business School, and I'm very grateful for that experience. Since Mother explained, I worked a lot of my career, and I don't want to let you know how old I am, but I worked for many decades as in IT management roles, and I'm very lucky that I've had that possibility. And one of the things that connects my experience with the Riga Business School is not just the values of RBS matching up with my values, but also the fact that I've been very lucky. I had originally a computer science education in Australia, and I'm hoping that a lot of you will be also interested in computer science by the end of your high school, and that maybe Riga Business School will be your choice of university. But yeah, getting on to I'll be a bit quicker, I think, than Justin, because my topic is hopefully also one of interest to you. But Justin, I think one of the main messages I heard from Justin's speech was that you come to Riga Business School to learn how to think. Okay, so we can add some more aspects to thinking, such as critical thinking. But in the modern age, do you guys realize we're in the middle of a revolution right now called the AI revolution? And so I thought I'd just quickly talk for 15 minutes about AI and some of the things that are going on at RBS. So you already saw me there. So I do have an MBA from this school, and that's been one of my key connections to Riga Business School, the fact that I can speak English fluently and freely and as my native tongue, but albeit with an Australian accent, which many people don't understand, but hopefully you do, because I do control it and I'm not using any idioms. So does everybody know what AI is, yeah? This artificial intelligence? Have you ever thought about a definition? Have you got your own definition? Could I get someone to give me in a sentence what they think AI is? Anybody? Don't be scared. Remember, at Riga Business School, we're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to say we don't make fun of anybody. We always say, come on. What about you up there? No? So I've got the definition there from the Britannica encyclopedia, which was the encyclopedia I read when I was young. And when I was young, it was a series of books. Right? You guys probably can't even imagine what a set of encyclopedias look like. But anyway, it's the ability of a computer to look like a human being. All right. So one of the things that Justin mentioned was that, yeah, we've got to learn how to think. But I think it's fair to say that AI is going to do a lot of the thinking for us in the future. So that doesn't mean that you can use it to do the thinking for you, completely. But what you can do is you can use it to start your thinking or to frame your thinking, and then to maybe build on something, that takes you to a higher level. Okay, so that's one of the main messages of artificial intelligence that I've drawn. There are so many now conferences and things that happen with AI. And there was one organised last week by Riga Business School, and many interesting presentations made by American professors on the topic of AI. And some of the things that they said, I will allow myself to repeat here, but of course they're said commonly around the place. Okay, so we know that this AI, this system is imitating or doing its best to be like a human. But what are some of the other things that it can do? What do you use it for? For what? Homework? That's the wrong answer, Justin. Okay, so it's like when I was doing computer science at university, there was this program called ELISA, and you used to be able to type and talk to it, and it would answer you in some way. Now, many decades later, we have this full AI system available, which has basically been brought about because we have a lot of very high computing power available to us these days. Okay, so previously when we had large computer centers, that occupied large buildings with air conditioning and power systems and all sorts of monitoring, now those sort of buildings can house massive amounts of data, and like in the form of data centers. Okay, so do you know that, like, the text that you write in your emails, do you ever see the preemptive text that's sometimes it tries to guess what you want to write. That's an example of some mild form of artificial intelligence. Okay, so I'm not sure, my Gmail does that for me. So do you have speakers in your house where you can just talk and say, hey Google, turn on the TV or whatever? And probably another area that's I think becoming more and more important is health systems. Okay, so a lot of healthcare systems can be automated with the use of AI. All right, and then of course education is also very important. Okay, so how to use AI in education is one of the things that we're tackling at the moment, because literally you are in the middle of an artificial intelligence revolution right now. So please remember that from today. That so the point is we can't ignore it, and we have to work out how to use it to our best ability and for good uses. Okay, so can you use AI to predict what you want? What products you're going to buy at the shop? Yeah, does anybody use that? No? I mean, that's sort of another use. Have you ever used AI to make a travel itinerary for you? Like, say you're going to whatever, Croatia, and you type into a system, which I'll mention shortly, where I should go. It'll give you an itinerary. Yeah? Okay, so then of course robotics is a big topic. Okay, so there's vision on a lot of motor cars. They have these systems that can detect what's in front of you and can actually apply the brakes if you're too close to the car in front of you. Okay, and a lot of traffic light systems are based on AI that they actually try to anticipate. Okay, so this artificial intelligence is everywhere today. Yeah? Okay, so what's the difference between AI? You've heard of machine learning. Okay, so behind AI sits these large language models. Okay, and they're basically the computers that have absorbed all the information that's been given to it. Like we really can't imagine. Like, it took me a long time to fathom how much information is in these devices. But at the same time, a lot of AI is regarded as it's only as bright as the information, it's only as smart as the information that's been provided to it. Okay, so not necessarily all the information to answer your queries or your prompts is going to be readily available in AI today, but most likely tomorrow. Okay, so there's this notion of machine learning. Okay, so and large language models. So you come across all these acronyms in computer science, and LLM is another one of them. Okay, so what are some of the downfalls of artificial intelligence? I just made some notes here before. Like, do you really want algorithms analyzing your lives and trying to predict your next moves? Okay, so what about privacy? You want to be, we have a very good regulation in Europe called the GDPR, General Protection Data Regulation. Okay, so what about brainwashing? Politicians can use it for, preparing people to vote for them. Okay, so we have some countries that might do that in the region. Okay, so there's issues of fairness and whether all the actions are explainable. All right. So, but there are a lot of positives, the things that we can gain from AI. Okay, so we just recently lived through a pandemic. All right, so it was once in 100 years, but we never knew when it was going to come. But then I think it came and we've experienced it. But when's the next one coming? All right, so. And then I think AI was also important in helping to develop the vaccines, okay, because they were able to predict the way the virus mutates and therefore develop the right vaccine to give you the immunity. Okay, so like things like blood tests and the like. Okay, so these are all things that if you value as a positive thing, that can help add to our lifetime. Okay, so. I mentioned GDPR, all right, so this issue of privacy, all right, so very important to remember that technology has an impact on our privacy. Okay, so has anybody heard of a man called Alan Turing? Okay, he's a great English mathematician, in the 1950s. Okay, you haven't heard of the Turing machine? Those are you that are mathematicians here. Okay, so he already postured back in the 50s, in the 1950s, that what AI could be. Okay, so he actually had a test to determine whether a machine can think. All right, so I understand that at the moment there's no machine that's actually passed the Turing test, but they're probably getting close to it. But yeah, if you haven't heard of Alan Turing, then please look him up. Steve Jobs considers him to be the father of computer science and information technology, and he, certainly he was a great man. Okay, so yeah, getting back to our topic of the economy, and we learnt about some accounting ideas and ice cream purchasing. Of course, with AI, there's winners and losers. All right, so who are the winners with AI? I've got some winners on the board there, of course, prompting you to think about it. But maybe CEOs, how would a CEO use AI? Could a CEO typed in Justin's query, how much is this ice cream going to cost me? Would it have been able to give him an intelligent answer? Okay, if it had the information given to it. So all of what, sorry Justin, all of what you explained for 20 minutes was probably available with about 3 or 4 different prompts in AI. Okay, but of course there's losers too, because people have routine jobs and they depend on them for their social benefit. How am I going for time? All right. Yeah. Okay. So so certainly technology always has impact on the economy, and so you people make sure that you're on the winner's side. Okay. Hopefully you'll have jobs that won't be routine and that won't be being replaced by AI, but you'll be the ones that will be driving the change. Okay. So you'll be in the winner's basket. Okay, so the big thing we all know, this thing called ChatGPT. So who wants to put their hand up and says that they use ChatGPT? Okay, so everybody. And are you using the free version or the pay version? Anybody bought the subscription besides Justin? So we do have some, so you guys are really keen on using AI. All right, so that's good to see. And so it's only been around for what, less than 2 years. All right, so that's kind of not a very long period of time. It just shows like how much technology is changing in this very short period. And you guys are right in the revolution. And to that end also, Riga Business School is investing in AI. If I can just do a quick plug, we have an AI studio here. So those students who come and study at this school will have some very high-powered equipment available to them right here on the first floor, hidden away. Okay, so did you actually know what the GBT stands for in ChatGPT? I had to admit I had to look it up myself, but don't look at the board. What does the GBT stand for? So no one thinks of generative pre-trained transformer. Lucky they call it GBT, right? So otherwise we would never remember it. But yeah, this notion of chatbots has been around for quite a while. So there were people developing chatbots. There's many business cases that talk about chatbots. Exciting things like even trying to predict public transport. So you're a student, you want to get to school on time, but you don't want to waste time standing at the bus stop, hoping to heaven that the bus is going to come on time. But if you had a chatbot that told you where the status of the bus is, then you could actually, use it to get to the bus stop without wasting time. Maybe do something else at home before. So yeah, there were these kind of fascinating cases that I think are the prelude to a lot of what AI became just very recently. Yeah. Okay, so I mentioned LLMs. So they're large language models that process a lot of natural language. So do you understand the difference between Google and then ChatGPT? What's the difference between Google and ChatGPT? Can I ask you? Sorry to point, it's rude, I know, but have you got a feeling for what...
When Google gives you like results for the question, ChatGPT can also give results on question, but it can also have additional information with certain trust.
Yes, I think that's pretty much it. But why? Which one do you trust more? ChatGPT. Really? I wouldn't trust ChatGPT if I could. I wouldn't put my money on it as well, because the model is only as smart as it's been taught. It's just like when when you're going to learn computer programming, the program's as stupid as you are, right? So or as smart as you are. So so these models are you know, they're being built up over time, and they're the best estimation that the system can give. Okay, so there was some other examples how AI was trained to recognize. What was that one we saw? Recognizing sheep, and it confused the green field. If you had a picture of, that was the one, it had a picture of a field with cows on it, but it said it was a field with sheep, because it was trained by the green backgrounds. That was a good example by that professor. So anyway, so it tries to predict. So it's the best prediction it can give you at the time. So if you're using ChatGPT 3.5, which is already 2 years old, I don't know, you want to be careful. So and definitely, so the challenge for us at university is how we're going to use ChatGPT. Okay, so you're not going to use it for typing in Justin's assignment questions and then copying and paste the answer into the system. All right, that's not what you're not going to do that. But the way I think it'll be used in education here on in is that you can certainly, we can't stop you from using it, but work out a way of you using it to build whatever the framework for your answer, and then building on that. So that's how education will improve for you guys, okay? Whereas I used to sit in a library, go and get a book, you know, you've got it at your fingertips. But yeah, so making these patterns and connections. Okay, so any other comments about ChatGPT? Like, it's fine to use it, but you don't copy and paste. Otherwise, you risk a thing called plagiarism, and there's detection methods, and really, you don't want to do that. You don't want to fall into that trap of being lazy. Okay, so how am I going? All right, I'm pretty much ready to finish up, but yeah, I had that question, a controversial question. Should ChatGPT be banned at a educational institution? All right, so there's a lot of people who are writing research papers here at this kind of university, at RTU, at LO, and maybe you one day will be writing research documents. All right, so you want to be very careful how you use ChatGPT, because in all research you have to cite everything that you take. You have to document all your literature review, and you have to be very precise. And by the way, I'll give you a hint now. If you copy and paste from ChatGPT, and we do a reference check on the references given in ChatGPT, most likely we'll find errors, and then we'll know that you've copied it. All right, so be mindful of that kind of. Don't do that sort of thing. Okay, so the challenge is to try and enhance the educational experience for you guys. How are you going to use ChatGPT? Okay, so if you can think of ways, when you come to Riga Business School, then we'll be looking forward to your suggestions. So I want to leave you with that thought, and this particular quote from Arthur Clarke, that any sufficiently advanced state is equivalent to magic. All right, so this is where we want to head to. Okay, so is there anything you want to ask me about AI quickly? We have in our computer science course, Introduction to AI, of course, and it's presented by a very knowledgeable professor from RTU, whom some of you met at the event we had for Greenhouse. Yep. So so it's really exciting to be in this AI revolution, and to try and think of ways how you can properly use ChatGPT to enhance your education. Okay, guys? Anything you want to talk about quickly? We're on a time limit, but you're about to go to some dates, I think. Okay, so, all right, thank you very much.
Yes, well, thank you, Carlos, as well. Let's do a small break for 10 minutes, and then let's be back at 4 o'clock. And yeah, if you have any questions about something, I'm around here. So we're back on live on Facebook Live. Also, we're back here in the auditorium alumni. Now I'm gonna explain a bit more about our school, our BS, a bit more about bachelor programs, what we offer, and a bit more about student life here as well. But later on, you will be able to go and talk with our students as well. Okay, but probably I will need a clicker as well for the presentation, right? Yes, for the past 30 years, Riga Business School has been leading the way in offering modern and diverse education. We bring important programs and impactful ideas aiming to educate further managers and leaders. Also, our goal is to constantly find the new ways to provide valuable global education to our community. And we are proud to bring the best practices in global education to the Baltic region. But how do we make it global? You probably may ask. Then here you can see our founding partners. Yes, we are part of Riga Technical University, but what makes us global, it's actually, our global aspect comes from university at Ottawa and University State at Buffalo as well. And also you can see here our academic partners, which are basically, we have a partnership with them. For example, if you go to the exchange programs, since our university offers very specific courses, what you study here, then you can't go to all of the universities what Erasmus gives you. That's why we have the partnership universities as well. But we have some Erasmus options as well. And we do things that matter in a way that shows example, because one of examples that we collaborate with businesses and industries to provide practical, real-world examples and experiences for students to help students learn real-life skills. We also educate using the best of technology, so our students would lead organizations through technology. For example, as Carlos mentioned before, we have here a new AI studio in Riga Business School, where basically our students can dive in on artificial intelligence as well as other technologies. And we have an international community that brings world's best practices to RBS and Latvia. I could mention a lot of examples here, but one of them which might be the most interesting for you guys is that through our partnership with universities worldwide, students have this opportunity to participate in exchange programs, as I mentioned, immersing themselves in different cultures, learning from international perspectives, so all of this. And one more addition, what I want to mention, that as you saw before, we have an amazing lecturers here at RBS, and most of them have worked in their field. As you already noticed, for example, Carlos has worked in IT for a while before he became a lecturer, and also then after that they are teaching students here. But let's dive in on our bachelor programs. So together we have two of them. So first of all, first one, which you can see here, it's Bachelor of Business Administration. So this is 3-year program. And after finishing it, you receive bachelor's degree in social sciences and management and administration from Riga Business School at Riga Technical University. Alternatively, you can obtain a double degree by spending your final year studying in one of our partner universities, BI Norwegian Business School or State University of New York at Buffalo. but I'm going to talk about this double degree option a bit later as well in details. And for business administration, we offer also 4 focus areas, which you can see here as well. So from which you can choose to specialize more in. So what you interest the most, then you can do this focus areas as well. And for the business administration program, this is kind of profile with the big 3 like a topics, how it works together. So first of all, during these all the years, you learn solutions for complex business problems, then 21st century skills, as well as essentials of data analytics. And then there is our second bachelor program, which is computer science and organizational technologies. After graduating RBS, you will receive bachelor's degree in natural sciences in computer control and computer science from Riga Business School at Riga Technical University. So this program spans 4 years, and the most significant difference we offer through this program is that we also teach business. We aim for students to excel in the market, and by including business in this program, you can become professional who bridge the gap between the IT and directors. So basically, you're a bit higher than IT, you're kind of managers, right? So that's the next level thing. You're not just sitting to the computer. And you can choose here from 2 focus areas, as you can see where to focus in more. Also here, for this program, we have this double degree option, what you can, where you can go and get the double degree as well for your last year of studies. And similar to business administration program, here also we have 3 major blocks. What you learn during these years. First one is algorithms and methods. Of course, also 21st century skills and essentials of business. And here we have, we can see our beautiful alumni. Here's just a few of them. There is a lot of them. This slide is too small to fit all of them inside in one place, but a couple of them you can see here. And also here you can see different companies or students afterwards graduating the university is working to. These are also just a couple of them, maybe most known, but there's a lot. Couple of them actually is our partners as well, who supports us through sponsorships and just by liking us and so on. But let's jump in double degree. Previously I mentioned about it. So what exactly it is? We have actually 2 amazing universities we have a great partnership with. So first, one of them is BI Norwegian Business School, which is one of Europe's largest business schools and also one of top business schools worldwide. The other university is our founding partner, which is State University of New York at Buffalo. So what double degree means, basically you can get 2 degrees at RBS. So first one you can get here, and second when you go to the other school by your choice. Let's say you want to be a BBA student, you want to be a BBA student, which is Bachelor of Business Administration. You decide that you want to spend your last year in some of those, let's say BI Norwegian Business School. So 2 years you study here in Riga Business School, and you spend your 3rd year on a BI Norwegian Business School. If you decide that you want to go to US, what's pretty fun, what could be pretty fun. Then you study your first 3 years here on Riga Business School, and your 4th year on BU. Did you get the idea? Yes, amazing. And for computer science and organizational technologies SOP program, it's a bit easier. Basically, you spend your first 3 years here on RBS, and your 4th year, you can choose from one of these universities and spend the last year there. But one thing to remember, that you need to write those theses in both schools. Yeah, that's only one difference, but you want 2 degrees. That's why a bit more of work, right? Yes. But yeah, like I said, there is different types of way how you can get international experience here at Riga Business School. Firstly, many of our lectures are international, so that's kind of cool. If you decide not to go anywhere, then you already have some nice international experience. But as I talked, we offer amazing double degree option, and you can study abroad for a year. Then, secondly, we have partnership with academic institutions worldwide, providing exchange opportunities. And lastly, of course, there is Erasmus Plus program, which you might have heard. Have you heard about Erasmus? Yes. So that's another opportunity what we offer. And admissions timeline. Let's do this. After today, you go home. You thought, this was pretty cool. I want to start my studies here at RBS. Then what you need to do at the first? You go home. You go to our homepage, and you apply for the studies. Basically, you submit the application package. There is all written step by step what you need to submit there. If you don't have any clue what to do, just message me. Later on, I will show my email as well. First of all, you need to take this English proficiency test, what offers IELTS or TOEFL test. If you have done it, then you just add it to your submission. If you haven't done it yet, then no worries. After submission, you get email where is step by step written all the steps what you need to do after. Basically, you get this email, you don't have this English test, then from our side we provide this test, but you're gonna apply for it. And there is gonna be everything written how you apply for it. After that, you are automatically signed for RBS Math Entrance Exam, which is gonna be on June 17. If you are already thinking about RBS, then you can schedule this date already in your calendar as well. If you're not too sure about the exam, then we have an amazing opportunity on June 8. We have this preparation for math entrance exam, so you can do that as well. It's the same thing. Basically, you apply, then you get email. You receive this email. There is written how you can get also this practice math entrance exam. Sounds good? Great, amazing. Then after that, starting from June 18th till June 5th, there is gonna be individual interviews with each of the participants who wants to come to the university. And after that, on July 19, there is gonna be admission decision. So you're in or you're not. So basically, if you're in, amazing, great, we're waiting you here on August 20th, because the first important thing what we have planned is bonding camp. What it means, it's amazing 3-day program where we take all of you to nowhere. You all bond together, and you're best friends, those who come to the university. The second grade, like the second course, the third course students, you all became friends after that. So definitely it's mandatory. Basically, it's a mandatory thing you need to do. And if you ask some of the alumni what's the most memorable thing from RBS, it's definitely going to be a bonding camp. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So those are the students who agrees. And after that, on 26th of August, we have this O-Week, which basically is going to be as an introduction week for Riga Business School, so you understand what's going on here and so on. But that's later on. If you're coming here, we're going to explain everything. And these are admissions criteria, basically. What it means, together you need to get like we score you as 100%, 25% we check your secondary education, so all the applications. One thing what I didn't mention, probably students sometimes ask, okay, what I do if I submit my documents, but I don't have my exam marks yet, because application is at 10th of June, right? And marks might not be there. No worries, you just send them in later on when you get them. Yeah, so that's how we basically calculate 25% secondary education, 25% English proficiency test, what you take or you have taken before and send it in with us. And 50% is RBS math entrance exam and the individual interviews, basically. Get the idea? And these are the points from which we are starting to check you as well. So basically you need to have B2 English level, because here everything is on English, right?
Right.
Yes, exactly. And these are our tuition fees for both of the programs for each year. It may change in other years, but basically this is for BBA, this is for TSOT program, but please make sure these are for EU citizens, from for European citizens, and those who are not European citizens or non-EU residents, then please check in our webpage all the information about that. And how do we finance it, right? But basically, there is kind of two options. One, you just pay in full. What's the easiest way, right? But if you can't, then there is a second way. You just can take out the loan. And there is also some other option. You just ask around to some relatives. That's kind of good thing as well. But if you take out the loan, then I definitely can say just good things about it. I have taken it before, and it's kind of easy. Banks are usually helping you with that. We're not helping with that. Banks are helping with that. Just ask them. They have very good deals for students. And there is also a different other opportunities to, for example, all of you who apply for the program, like not for a program, for the bachelor, then the first thing, if you click also that you want to roll in a scoring system, that you are applying also for a scholarship, then top performing students are eligible for RBS scholarship to cover the full tuition fee, by the way, so that's a cool thing. Also, we have a lot of other different options how you can get these scholarships. If you're super active in the school, there is ambassadors program. If you go and present our school to other schools, then you also can get discounts. Then there is greenhouse participants who also have discounts if you're still studying in 11th grade, and then you have this opportunity to go next year to greenhouse program and also maybe win some scholarships. So there's tons of different ways how we are helping to our students who are smart, who are trying to lead the way, I would say. And of course, we have also not only study part, we have a student part as well. We have an amazing student union. Actually, today they got to know who is going to be the new board members. So they just changed. Today you will see a couple of ex-board members as well, but new board members as well we have here around, so that's amazing. And there's a lot of cool events what they make basically for a student life. Then also we have a sports club where they get together, do some activities. So if you're into sports, this is the place for you. There's different types of sports. There's gonna be one of them up there for speed dating, so you can ask some more questions about it if you're interested. But basically there is like football, volleyball, basketball, and etc. And also debates club, which is pretty cool. If you're into debates, or maybe in your school if you have done something like that, then they offer workshop sessions, guest speakers as well, and also different type of university tournaments and other different things. But thank you, that's it from me. And for more information, of course, check our homepage. Write me or write to my colleague Louise. We're gonna answer to all of your questions. If you have some problems for admissions as well, just ask to us. Sounds good? Amazing. Thank you very much for being here. So let's thank to Facebook Live for being here. But there is happening another event, further event for us. So it's gonna be speed dating. It's gonna be together with our ex-SU board. There is gonna be one member from new SU board as well. There is gonna be sports club member, and also Carlos, who you heard before, and Louise. And of course, I'm gonna be there around as well for managing all of this. But let's do this. Let's take your clothes. Let's take your jackets, and we can go to the second floor via finance. And then I'm gonna explain everything more in detail. Sounds good? Let's do that.